So hey all you thirsty bastards, I hope you have a great day so far, and yes, welcome back to another FGO Thirstday. And as you can see from this very empty page, but with a simple name onto it, we're gonna start today with Medea. And I mean, Medea is the OG caster for me, you know, first caster I saw in Thirstday Night and all that. Then again, Giles was, I guess, would be the OG for me, because, you know, I watched Fate Zero first. But, you know, I don't want to think of Giles as OG anything except just very creepy. That is, he's OG hentai caster. That's who he is. So, Medea is I think she's an interesting character. I mean, obviously we've seen her quite a lot in the animes and stuff like that. And of course, Rule Breaker, which I think is just an actually really awesome. Oh, that smile. See, Medea, Greece, Corinth, Neutral Evil, Kinoko Nasu, Thirstday Night, Fate Hollow Attrax. Oh man, I need to check on the Hollow Attraxer one day. Sounds like it would be really cool. Strength E, Endurance D, Agility C, Magic A+. Oh, damn. Luck B, no Phantom C. Class skill, Territory Creation A. As a magician, she can construct a territory beneficial to her. Being a witch from the Age of Gods, she can build a temple with a superior to a workshop. Oh, she can build a temple. Holy crap. Item construction. You can even create pseudo immortality. What? Wait, how does pseudo immortality work? How does that work? Pseudo immortality. Either way, that sounds really fucking strong. Personal skill, high speed divine words A. Rap god. Activate Magecraft without needing chance to connect with a magic circuit. Can use Great Magecraft if they were single action spells. She says words in Age of the Gods language, so people of this era can't hear them. Oh, so that is literally like, you know, a dog whistle. You know, you only like those that can the language will hear it, like otherwise. And the Argon coin, very expensive. Oh my, Tifa, what is it? Oh, Tifa is out there. Jason leads the Argonauts in search of this treasure, but the legitimate owner are her family. It's supposed to can summon a dragon. What? But since Kaz has no phantasmal beast summoning skill, this function is unavailable. She can heal by admiring the fleece. It's so fluffy. Mental healing has pussy. I admire it so much, it heals me. I mean, mental, you know, if you're believing your body be stronger, like, or sicker, depending on how you're looking at it. And I would love though to see her, maybe a rider. Medea rider would be cool. You know? Summon a dragon! That would be cool. I would love that. Yeah. Kirk's teaching. A. Princess Medea learned Magecraft, the moon goddess Hecate's temple, and at the time, a fellow disciple, the witch Kirk, was like an older sister to her. Kirk was a true genius of Magecraft, also a witch with several personality problems. I think that is kind of describing most characters in Fate franchise. I'm just saying, most characters have several personality issues. Medea learned magic as a princess, so she can't be called a genuine witch. She probably could never act like the witch she became after being dumped by Jason if it weren't for the intense training she took from her great big sis. Aww. Everyone have a personality. Normal phantasm. Rule breaker. All charms must be undone. Rank C+. A dagger to undo any and all Magecraft. An ultimate anti-Magecraft Nova Phantom that turn objects strengthened by magic, relationship formed by contracts, and life forms created with magic back to who they were before they were made. The Witch of Betrayer Medea's divinity gives physical form as a magic weapon. It is as weak as a weapon as it looks like, just as lethal as any normal knife. And you can stab them and they like... Okay, personality. Cold-hearted and cruel, willing to pull any trick to win. An authentic evil lady who specializes in trickery. Or at least how she presents herself to people. That is nothing but a mask she puts on to impress the ones around her. No. This personality is partly a reaction to the fate imposed upon her. After being faced with betrayal over and over, this time the tragic woman fell into the role of betraying others. When she was alive after she had suffered a severe betrayal, was branded as witch of betrayal after a long journey, and was driven away from her hometown, she made a decision. If I can only live as a witch, then I shall live as a witch. Caste is considered the weakest class in the Holy Grail War, since many servants have magic resistance. Yeah, that is true, many do has. As she can use the lost magecraft from the Age of Gods, she is knowledgeable enough to even hack the Holy Grail system to summon a servant as her own familiar. I just imagine her like a hacker, like... I'm in. I would love to see her plug in an USB drive into the Holy Grail, like... Okay, I've hacked into the mainframe. I summon... Well, aren't you shit? Hey, I'm the swallow guy. I'm a meme. That's pretty fun. Her favorite tactic is hide herself behind a solid barrier, set layers upon layers of traps, and corner enemies dooming themselves. I mean, that is the tactic. She is fundamentally an innocent and compassionate woman, and will be wholeheartedly devoted to any man who sees her as such. I mean, you know, it is sad in a way, because, you know, it's obvious that she seeks to be appreciated, to be loved and all of that. And when you're getting betrayed and hurt over and over, I mean, it makes sense in that regard. But she has her own twisted ways of showing affection. She is very actively helpful. Also to her past experience, she is unable to trust good-looking men and seems to like cute girls. Whew! Luckily, I'm not a good-looking man, so she will trust me. Just saying. In the fifth, I mean, I will take all my advantages. I'll live with that. In the fifth Fujiki Holy Grail War, when she was testing her binding over the saber, or furry, oh yeah, that was kinky shit. She was going to use against Berserk. She shows a sadistic desire to degrade a knight into a witch like her. But you can also infer she took a liking to her looks. Yeah, that was pretty kinky stuff. Her hobby is making dolls, and after she was manifested as a rogue spirit, she started trying her hand on dioramas. Building small worlds is the most basic and most advanced principle of magecraft. Her being able to build detailed and elaborate small worlds is proof she's a magus who learned directly from the goddess Hecate. Ah. This is, I mean, it's obvious that Medea is a very well-defined character, you know? She have this, like, as she appears cold, cruel, scheming, betrayer, but she really isn't. She's just, like, that is how everyone is already seeing her, so she's trying to, like, fill that role, so, yeah. Man, I like that. Motivation, attitude towards the master. She's a troublesome servant with a considerable risk of betraying anyone she doesn't like, even her master. She has a special grudge against good-looking men who remind her of Jason and men who try to take advantage of her. Luckily, I don't look like that douche nozzle. I'm pretty far off, I think. I mean, he's blonde, slender, I guess handsome. I'm red-brown, fluffy, unslender. I'm Slenderman. Slenderman's big brother. That would be awesome, actually. Well, maybe not awesome, but the fucking hilarious to see a fat Slenderman, like... There's probably art of that, and I will not Google it, because it is terrifying. Internet is a terrifying place. In the fifth Grail War in Fuyuki, she made her plan, deceived the master Atram Galiasti in the Fates Tonight Unlimited Blade War. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. That he was a dumbass, though. Made him waste his command spells and killed him. On the other hand, she will actively try to show off for someone she likes and will even put herself in danger to help them. So true. However, she still has her trauma from being ditched by the man she loved. She will almost always interact with him from a safe distance. She's not very aware of it herself, but she has a subconscious wish to go back to her happy life in her hometown. Come man. It's sad. I hate when that happens. God damn it. God damn it. Dialogue example, but what a shame, just when I found out what I wish. Kazuki. No need to be sad about. I'll just fulfill your wish in your stead. I don't think you can, because my wish fulfill. Hello, I'm called Medea Kazuki. That is so cute. I love that. That is what I want. And I want to see. That is. Oh, come on. You got. Oh. Seriously. They. Oh, God. Historical character and image. The daughter of Aetus, the king of Colchis from the Greek mythology, owner of the golden fleece. Flus? She's a bona fide princess, but she's also a witch from the age of gods, taught by the moon goddess Hecate. The goddess Aphrodite curses awaken her love for Jason, and she not only gave him the golden fleece, but also stole his pursuit by slicing his other brother Aspersion into pieces and left. What? Well, rip absurdus. Well, I guess it's absurd. Dude, that's hardcore. Even after that, Medea served Jason time and time again with her magecraft, but Jason was disconcerted with Medea's intense personality. He planned to dump her and remarry the Queen of Corinth. When Medea learned of the circus, she killed both the Queen and the King of Corinth, along with the 2 shields she had with Jason. What? What? That is super sad. Why is everyone so fucking messed up in ancient Greek mythology? Well, in mythology in general. God damn. That is fucking messed up. Rolling game, the tragedy Medea faced was already told enough at times in Fate series, but in the third chapter, Okeanos, the 4 sealed seas of the end, Jason finally became a character Medea was arguably expanded upon. In her interlude, she full shovels her twisted hate for Jason and ruins the protagonists and their friends' day for it. Well, honestly, I don't blame her. I guess Jason have you not been the most stellar character I've seen so far, so Rolling previous work appears in Fate's Night. She is somewhat of a mid-boss in the 50th Fuyuki Holy Grail War and also the originator of the heroic spirit named Kojiro Sasaki. After killing her first master, she made a pass by high school teacher, her second master, and that was her most faithful encounter. You can see her in Fate Holo Attracts as a happy young wife, and she's in Holo Attracts as a happy young wife. That is so good to see. That makes me happy. Related characters are Furia, like from the start because she would be a good model for dolls. But then turned out like from the start because she would be a good model for dolls. Okay. But then turned out like her personality and life choices too. Is she a god? Most likely would die a slow, painful death if she ever saw Sable Lily. Nay, I want to see that. No, not that Medea died, but I just want to see her reaction meeting Saber Lily, like, just exploding, like. Yeah, he's a truly heroic spirit, with very well-defined strength and weakness. If his only role were hero, not also king, this tragedy could maybe have been avoided. Maybe. Achilles. Legend is her 4th husband, but we don't know it for sure in the Fate Go world. You can hope Achilles gets added to the game as soon as possible. We just want to watch the world burn. Well, he is added now, that for sure. And actually, man, her 4th husband, Achilles, goddamn. Europa, though they unrelated as Magi, they are that's a servant she can't ignore since she had the strongest guardian as a familiar. Wait. Europa. Had that appeared somewhere? Have it appeared in Japan, maybe? Europa? Oh. And Sasaki, always chill, but there is one madam who tick him off. Commentary from the illustrator. Her dress is slender to the knees, vertical long, and it has few lines, making it hard to draw, so I leaned her body a lot, giving her a livelier vibe. I suggest a pose a lot to make a long staff fit into the frame and think about how the chain would affect her cape. But then came the third ascension and she loses the cape that defined most of her movement and covered most of the area. So I went back and forth a lot when adjusting the balance between the second and third ascension. Since she is a character who showed a lot of deep expression in the previous game, I had no idea what moves I should show her. It was difficult to decide. As she exposed her face upon ascension, I decided to draw Medea looking less evil when her face is exposed. Potato the lesser being. Not only was her profile annoying to format, it also a weird phrase everywhere, like Achilles pot. Yeah, that was a bit weird. Remind that it was before Achilles got added. Yes, obviously. Don't shit on Jason, please. Oh, god damn it, I'm gonna shit on Jason. Oh, god. If I could, I would wipe my ass with his face. That sounds like a weird king. I'm not interested in that. But, yeah, Medea in general, I like, you know? She is genuine and interesting, and in game-wise, I like her ability. She's have very good, you know, her MP is really good in many ways, and yeah, genuine, just really like her as a character. And I mean, she is not my top caster, so to speak, you know, my absolute favorite, but I really do like her. Her design is, in a way, simplistic, I will say. I mean, it's nothing like super extreme, but she has a very defined, you know, design that instantly, oh shit, this is Medea and all of that. And her story and all of that in the game, and not to mention that I just really love Kazuki Medea, you know, ship there. I mean, I'm just saying, I will forever be captain of that ship. I love it. And yeah, and as Jason, I mean, the only thing I honestly haven't seen too much of him, obviously, in the game, but the little with DC, he was kind of a douchebag in that way, but I assume that they will add him in the game at some point, you know? I mean, it makes sense, considering that, you know, they have the character model and everything in the game already. Well, at least one of them, I assume, because they had one, you know, in Okeanos and all that. So, but, yeah. Would be interesting to see. But, yeah, seriously, Medea, in my opinion, a really good character. I like her. Maybe one day I will grail her as well. That would be nice. But, yes, we're gonna go... Oh, no, not that one. Gilles, the Rise. Oh, Caster. Oh, no. Oh, Tentacle. I mean, his design and all and concept is actually good. I will not say anything against that. It's just that his entire thing is creeping me out. Which, thinking on it, is what he's supposed to kind of do, you know? Kind of have this, like, freaking us out and all. Which is, I mean, he's crazy. What? There's no image? Nani? How can you not? Kopiera, what? What was that? Was that you, Kat? What? But you can't stop me? Apparently you can. Caster guys is sort of chaotic evil. What? Chaotic evil? This guy? Nah. He can't be chaotic evil. He must be chaotic good. I think. Strength D, Endurance E, MP A+. Holy shit. That is some insane MP there. Major appearance Fate Saro. Also voices Arash, Spartacus, and Gullig. What? Arash, Spartacus, and... Dude. Seriously, I'm amazed, because when you're hearing them, you couldn't imagine that they're the same person, because yikes, they are so different voices. Holy crap. Dude, that is impressive as heck. Territory creation B. Make up a fable encampment for one as a mage. Formation of workshop is possible. Personal skills. Mental pollution A. Since the mentality is deranged, it has a high probability of shutting out of the other mental interference magecraft. However, mutual understanding can't be established with people that don't have the same rank of mental pollution. Wow. Artistic appreciation E. What? Admiration towards work of art and fine arts. In the case of seeing a noble fantasy with artistic connotation, there's a very low probability of discovering its true. Oh, that is kind of interesting, actually. Wicked vision of the abyss. C. The end of Gilles the Rise. The end of Gilles' Rise. Who looked into the darkness of the abyss and was looked back. Those eyes suffered great transfiguration and became something to spread fear like the things live in the depth of the sea. It's not fear through violence or intimidation, but by exciting the fear of the unknown on the inside of the enemy themselves. Yeah, that's pretty freaky. A Noble Phantom's Prelatis Spellbook, textbook of the Spiral Sunken Castle. Rank A+, Prelatis Spellbook. A grimoire that is a monotheism itself. Gilles writes himself isn't legitimate magus nor has any grounding in magecraft, but this grimoire performs magic instead. Can I get that book? I mean, it doesn't need to be that book. A magic book would be cool, I'm just saying. I mean, even if I can't do magic, if my book can, my book is probably more important than I am. Well, that means it's an exclusive noble fantasy for him as a mage. Regardless of the owner's skills, the grimoire itself executes high thaumaturgy, great rituals, and performs the summoning of water demons containing attributes in accordance with the deep sea system. What? For this reason, it's fine that Gilles writes himself just uses the sea demons he called. The individual power of the sea demon is weak in comparison with a servant, but the classification as anti-army is for show, as it's possible to summon them in dozens. Fuel efficiency is good since it's possible to summon new sea demon from the defeated ones. Also, it's possible to summon a super gigantic sea demon, but disregarding execution. Can't control it. Yeah, I remember something like that. It was big and it was nasty. However, in the end, just summoning magecraft performed by Grimoire, the summoning itself is not a miracle of noble phantasm. If constant mana supply from the Grimoire is cut, the summoned demon can't last in the current world and will be eliminated if some mana supply is interrupted even for a moment. Well, I guess that makes sense. Personality. Indeed, like a great nobleman from the feudal period. Courtesy, yet cruel. Maybe. He doesn't really listen to others, but more because of his paranoia than because of his arrogance. He has a cunning personality, but lacks discretion. Although he was the owner of deep piety during his life, he tasted a profound despair after Jean d'Arc, who he respected and fought together with, was executed for heresy and lost sight of God. What was born as a result was a murderer that slaughtered hundreds of infants for pleasure, a monster which is said to be the motive of the appearance of Bluebeard in fairy tales. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Since he's discerning the true beauty of life, he doesn't just kill and abandon others when killing. For he has the policy of having to fully taste all of the resentment, pain, and lamentation. Charming. Him staining his hand with a cruelty and dirty act was a method to prove that the absence of a god who is supposed to punish immortality. But after all, it isn't impossible to say this is a piety that was deeper than anyone has turned inside out. Well, for one thing for sure, he is not pretty messed up, dude. I mean, I do remember Fate Zero. I will never forget the fucking scene when he's summoned and this child, and he's like, "Oh, go away." You motherfucker. Creepy ass shithead. Without thinking about his sadistic preference and his addiction to Jean, he has acquired a proper education, and is certain that he's an experienced person who lead an army around across the battlefield. Since he wants to emphasize to agree with his special preference, he will become a reassuring partner attitude-wise. He responds to the summon of the Holy Grail in order to resurrect the Holy Maiden Jane. Therefore, he'll think his wish was to fulfill the circumstance of servant Jean d'Arc being in the present world, and his concentration will be devoted direct in earning Jean's favor. Yeah, I think he has a bit of a problem there. The other example, there is a freshness in fear. By fearing when the fear of the senses die, fearing in true sense is in static state but dynamic of change. Like in a moment hope turns into despair. How were they, the vibrant fresh fear and the taste of death? Oh, unforgivable, don't be so conceited, you rustic. Rustic? You call me Rusty? Ah, fuck you. Have hope, you Ryunosuke. Let us see the greatest cool! Nej. I forgot that. No matter how belittled for being died in shame and hatred my ending was, the memories of that day, just the glory of past days were carved inside my chest. No god or fate can steal it or stain it. The light alone is not there anymore. Yeah. He is not the most pleasant character, isn't he? A real person, a feudal nobleman born in Nantes in the region of Brittany in the France of the 15th century. His official name is Gilles de Montmorency Laval. Since his parents passed away when he was very young, he was raised and doted on by his grandfather, and although he acquired military exploit as a soldier, there were many behavior problems. I can see that. Since he met the Holy Maid Jeanne d'Arc in the siege of Orleans in 1429, he moved together with her in battle from then on, eventually being called a hero devoted to the salvation of the country, and taking a position of marshal. When Jeanne was captured in England, he tried to rescue her but ended failing. After Jeanne's death, he felt nostalgia about Jeanne when he stayed in Orleans in summer of 1435. And when a girl that claimed to be Jeanne appeared in 1439, the same numbers, he took action and tried to make her feel his strong emotion toward her by giving her his soldiers. However, he was enticed by the mage Francois Prelate at the same time, and by repeating ritual of black arts at his territory, atrociously murdered hundreds of children as sacrifices. Oh, goddamn. It is said that he attempted to secure his fortune through alchemy, but there was also record of him indulging in mage when he was young. In 1440, he was arrested for the discovery of his action, confessed everything, and was executed. Well, that escalated quickly. Yikes. Rolling game. As imagined of the chapter's title, he appears as an important character in the first chapter. Evil Dragon 100 Years Wars Orleans. He showed largely serious Psycho Kill style in interlude, but in the event, the vengeful demon cries in Prison Island, that was changed and he showed a conduct similar to a man of calm personality. Did he? Did I do that event? Honestly, I don't remember which all I've done. Rolling previous work, in Fate Series was summoned by a fellow murderer. Obviously getting along greatly and receiving a rather deep impression from his master philosophy of life, he fulfills a Copernican development of his own, corrupting being God's grace itself. Thinking of Artoria as Jeanne, being affected by the persistent scratch at large at the Holy Grail War, in Fate of Apocrypha, where Jeanne d'Arc is summoned in the ruler class, he appeared in a different shape from the servant of the Holy Grail War. Yeah, I remember that one. That was actually pretty good. Related character, Jeanne d'Arc, he's so overcome with emotion. He go went full Minecraft. Artoria, compared to Jeanne herself like this, this volume was overwhelmingly different. I'm sorry for this. There was a cruel misunderstanding that exceeded the Lord's indifference. I apologize for the bottom of my heart. Oh, why are you rendering your holy sword from overhead to a low position? Abigail, what a thing. This is the smell of the abyss. Yeah, so yeah, that's creepy. Comment from Illustrator. It was a lot of fun drawing Gilles' Rice's rich facial expression. I also had very fun use as a user with his appearance in the first chapter of Orleans, limited time event, etc. I was also happy to see that the several growing stats of the evolution were reproduced so solidly in the battle graphics. Please take care of Gilles' Rice as the man in charge of the tentacle guys. I should be worried about that. Okay, let's see. Potato, the little sad man. I was gonna put Gilles the Rice cool version, but I thought maybe that someone could take it the wrong way. Fate really managed to make him into an interesting character. Let's just not forget that games Gilles and doesn't equal real life Gilles. I mean, that is true in that regard. I always find his voice fun to hear, and it seemed like Tsuruko Satoshi had quite the creative process to get the voice we hear. It is interesting to look upon some interviews with him, just beware of spoilers. Between I came to check everything to see if there was any problems the day before this Thursday, as of 28:05. And for some reason, one of the guys please show up as a great exclamation mark as some error occurred. Even Google Bull is our favorite fished-eyed boy. Yes, Google Bull is him too. I guess it makes sense. Sorry for the commentary this time around. I just thought it would be a fun little surprise. If I receive negative feedback, I won't do it again. You don't get any. I think that's a good potato. Seriously, go for it. I like this. Also, I don't know why Imogen keep going to the next page. I don't want to squeeze them, so I will leave them like that. Yeah, it's nothing that hurts, so to speak. he doesn't really mind that too much yet, that it's like that. I'm just happy that I get help with this. And also, I appreciate the comments. Seriously, I think go for it, Potato. Write your comments. I think it's really nice, and it's really fun to see what your thought is. And as for girls, I mean, as Potato said, obviously there will always be a difference between the character they are based on in history and the character they are in the game. Obviously, there will always be that. Like, just take for example Nero. I mean, it's obviously not the real Nero in the real history. She's merely created and based upon him and all that. So, and the same of course with guys and all, and all other characters. But and for as his design, I mean, he has a really, as I said, I mean, it's a really cool, unique design. Really fucking crazy, you know. I think it's really cool, but also, I mean, it is creepy, you know, with monstrosities and stuff he do, and I will say, I mean, I don't hate him as a character, you know. He's not the character I hate the most, definitely not. Oh god, there are definitely characters I dislike more than him by all means, and his concept is, I kind of like the idea that he's not actually a caster. He just got this fucking book that he literally caster at him, like, and he's like, oh, I saw into the abyss. So that mean that, doesn't that mean that he technically could become a foreigner class? You know? That would actually be quite interesting. I would like to see that, a foreigner class Giles. That would be cool. Just saying. And as Potato said, I mean, the voice, Giles have a very unique voice. And it is definitely really hard to, I mean, you can't really compare it to, like, Spartacle. It's, like, so different. Like, holy shit. And, yeah, in general, he's definitely not my favorite servant by no means, but I don't hate him either. He has a good design and all of that. Though he's, of course, kind of freaking me out a bit, so. And as of that, some seriously really nice servants. It was been really fun to read them. And once again, thanks Potato for making this. And once again, don't feel worried about writing your own comments in here. Go for it. I think it's just fun to read your thoughts about it. Because, I mean, after all, you're doing all this for me. So, and yes, I will be back with more FGO Thirstday next week. I'm going to see what that's going to be. So, thank you all for watching. See you later on. And have a continuous super great day.